Hi, kindergarten families. Thank you so much for tuning into this video and taking some time out of your busy schedules to learn just a little bit more about what you can expect this year in kindergarten. First off, I know for Mrs. Duffy, things seem like things are going really well so far these last few weeks of school. I am looking forward to returning to the room in October and getting to know your kindergartners and really making the year a great year. In your child's take-home folder tonight, you received a packet of information that I'm going to go over, and then I'm also going to just quick show you a couple of the important sites that we use in kindergarten and just how to walk through logging in, what they look like so that you can see them, and then know that this video will be of access to you if you ever need it for a refresher on how to log in. So let's start with that packet. If you don't have it out, pause the video and go pull it out of your kiddo's take-home folder or take-home binder in their take-home folder. And to start, the first sheet you should see is a half sheet of paper. It looks like this. Your student's name will be at the top in yellow, and it's login and passwords for kindergarten. So the first site that I'll show in a little bit is for our math curriculum. It's called Savez Realize. I have already created their username and their password. And their username will be their first name dot their last name at stjoesapps.org. So it's our Google email. Each student at St. Joe's gets a Google email. We don't use that much, or we don't really use it other than this is what I use it for them to log into the math site. Their password is KS123456. A lot of the times when people are looking at this sheet, they think that after that S, that first number, because of the font I use, is an L, but it is a 1. So it's KS123456. So the second spot is for Super Kids. I just left the website for Super Kids, and also there's the math site to get onto the math one. Now for Super Kids, and this is the one that I will spend probably the most time explaining, but for Super Kids, you shared an email or emails that you wanted attached to your child's account on Super Kids. And I have now entered those in for the ones that I've received. If you have not sent it in, the next sheet in your packet will be a new Super Kids parent letter. And then this is the bottom part where I need you to put your child's name, your name, and the email address or addresses that you want attached to your child's account. And then I will enter in that information, and I will send a generated or auto-generated email from Super Kids that tells you you have been asked to join Super Kids. And then you will create a password. So I will not know your password. I have your email, but I don't know the password. That will be what you set up. And like I said, I will walk through and show you kind of what then this email and password will give you access to. You'll also notice a little picture at the bottom. I'll kind of talk more about that too, but that's to get it on the Super Kids Online Fun portion of Super Kids. So with Super Kids, there's a side for you as parents and something for the kindergartners. Again, I will walk through that in just a little bit. So that's the first sheet. Like I mentioned, some of you might have this Super Kids letter, and that's because I have not received it from you. So please make sure you fill that in. The next one is just a little note or a information sheet about our math curriculum. And then another spot where I have included your child's login information for the math site. You'll also find in the packet a great resource that ties in with Super Kids, our reading curriculum, where talks about how we will introduce the handwriting or the letter writing for your kindergartner. So it's really a great resource to have if you're practicing a letter or writing things at home and you want to make sure that your child's forming the letter the correct way. You can reach out to this. They have started working on number writing, and I always like to include our number writing verses. So these are the little songs we kind of teach the kiddos as we're learning our numbers here at the beginning of the year to help them remember how to form them. So another great resource. I also have included our classroom expectations so you can see those and what the kindergartners are being asked to follow. So that is just some quick information about what's included. Oh, the last thing that's included is a ABC letter for you to access and look at when talking about just things that happen in kindergarten. It can be things like our birthday policy, which comes straight out of the St. Joe's handbook. I have put in there when our specialist times are, some just other things to note that go along with kindergarten that go with a letter of the alphabet. So definitely take a peek at that. It's a great resource too to just help you with what is expected in kindergarten. So now let's get to those websites. I'm going to start first with Seesaw. Many of you have already joined Seesaw. If you have not, please, please, please take a peek in your child's binder. They have a couple of different pages and page protectors about Seesaw. A little letter that I have, a couple of letters that I've included to kind of give you an idea of what Seesaw is if people aren't familiar with it. And then their login information for you to access. Seesaw, in a nutshell, is a online or a journal where we can add activities for the kindergartners to do. We can add pictures during the day. We can have them add their work, or we can add their work. And it's also a communication tool. It will be primarily where I send you updates or things that you need to know. It's where you will be able to find the newsletters. If we all have to go to a distant learning platform, because we just never know what this year is going to entail, it's where I will post the lesson plans for the week as well. In that binder, to access it, you all received login information. This is actually my son's because he is going to St. Joe's in the preschool room, and so I thought, perfect, I'll just share it so you can see. So it just says your child's name, Seesaw's at the top, connect to the journal, and then use this QR code if you're on your smartphone to connect to the journal. You'll have to, depending on if you have from your smartphone, you'll have to download, it's called the Seesaw Family app, and you can do this for Android or Apple iOS, and you'll create a family account and scan the QR code and create your account. And again, it gives you those directions right down here. You can also do it from your computer as well. So if you've not accessed your child's Seesaw journal, please, please do that. Already getting pictures posted. Mrs. Duffy wrote a quick update on Friday to give you an idea of what's been happening and what to expect in the next week or so. So again, please make sure you get onto that journal. If you're having some trouble, definitely shoot me an email and I will try and help you as much as I can. And just so you can see, this is on a computer screen, what Seesaw looks like. Obviously, I would log in here. When your child is in the classroom, we will hopefully have some time to practice and use Seesaw, and they will go on as a student. We have a student login information that they use, but this is where you will log in as their family member. So this is where you would go to click on that and log in and create that account. If you already have a student on Seesaw, you can still add them to your account, and you can have more than one student in your Seesaw account. So that is Seesaw. Again, it's a great communication tool that we will be using. The next one I want to quickly show is math. So this is Savez, and the login information can be found on that letter. So this one. It can also be found on the little half sheet too. So I am going to just quick sign in so that you can see what it kind of looks like. For this site, I won't be using it a ton with the kindergartners. It would only be if, you know, your student had to do distant learning, or we all had to do distant learning. So I more want you to just know that this is a resource here for you, so you can get an idea of what we are learning in math. And again, I occasionally will use it sorry about that. It was being finicky. Technology sometimes. But, so, like I was saying, I won't use this a ton with the kindergartners. I will maybe or possibly use this if your kiddo has to go to distant learning format for a few weeks, or we as a school go to distant learning for some reason. But it's also, like I said, just a really good resource to know that it's here. You can investigate what's on it, kind of take a peek at some of the things that we'll be learning about. So once your child logs in, and that's another thing too, just practice that login information. Make sure it's, one, their name is spelt right, you don't have any issues, because sometimes that happens as I'm entering in usernames and passwords. But they will choose your preferred language. So I also think this is really great. So if you need Spanish side, you have that. English, they can pick a profile picture, and then they're ready to get started. And then, so this is what it looks like once you've done some of that initial stuff, and you can see their work, explore, my work. You can take a look at the book. There's a game center. This is a great spot to go to. They do have a few games that you can access. Not a ton, but a few that kind of go along with our learning. So that's something else that you can access to. And there are some, and then there's also the grade 1 and grade 2. So if your kiddo needs a little extra challenge for some reason, you want to access this, great resource to go to. So that's Savez, our math site. The last site I want to spend just a little bit of time on is Super Kids. You can access or find the login for Super Kids, the address on that half sheet, or if you kept this, you can access it there, or if you just search Super Kids Reading Program, it will get you to where you need to go. So when you get there, you're going to get to log into Super Kids online portal. Looks like this. And here's where you're going to type that email address that you told me to attach to your child's account. And then you'll log in. Now, because I'm a teacher, I have a school user side of it. you will just say home user. And then all right, sorry about that. My account was being a little finicky. So, like I was saying, you will log in with that email that you told me to attach to your child's account on it was initially yellow paper that I sent it home on at back to school night. But again, it looks like this. So if I haven't received it, you have another one of them in the packet of information. But fill it in with your name, your child's name, the email address you want me to attach to your account. And you can do more than one email. And then I will send out a create your account with Super Kids, and you'll create that password. But you'll do home user, and when you get to this, it's called the parent portal, and it's going to show, you know, what your child will be learning about, resources to help you out as parents, frequently asked questions, end of unit letters. So because we haven't finished our first unit, it will be on CAS. And once we start working in Super Kids, what I will do is update Parent Portal with resources, and you can see the pages that the kiddos are working on. So this too, if your kid's gonna be out sick for a day or two, you can always hop on here and take a look at the Super Kids pages, or I will send home their workbooks if they're going to be gone longer than just a day or two. So if you have to be out quarantining for, you know, that 10-day requirement or whatever, then know that they will get their workbooks, but you can access a lot of stuff from here. So that's a great resource to remember. The other side of it, so like I said, this is the parent portal. So this is for you as parents. The other side of it is Super Kids Online Fun, which is for your kindergartner. And so this is what it looks like. And you'll click to play.
Pick your password. Online fun.
So this is once you log in to Super Kids Online Fun, and like I said, you can access that from the parent portal. And at the bottom, you will notice on your parent portal, you can use Super Kids Online Fun on a few different types of apps and programs, or on different types of technology, but you will choose your class. If you have more than one student using Super Kid, more than one class will show, because my test student is my only student on here. I only see him in one class. So I'm going to click on Mrs. Steehler's kindergarten class.
Pick your password.
And I will click on my name.
Pick your password.
And then that's that picture that's on the very bottom that your child will need to remember. Octopus is or the jellyfish. And then once they log in,
welcome to Super Kids Online Fun. Let's get started creating you. Pick a face and skin color, hairstyle, shirt, and pants. When you're finished, press the done button.
So they'll get to create an avatar. And then once they've created that, it'll bring them to the main portal. I am going to just click done.
All done.
They can go back and edit the person.
Look at you. You look great. Now let's go find the Super Kids. Create a Super Kid. You got a badge.
And that's also, they'll get badges, they'll get stars as they do different things.
It's always good to see a friend.
As we move through different programs or parts in our Super Kids, they'll have new things that come up. So they have a watch where they can watch the videos. They can read stories that we talk and listen to in class, and then play. So there's games that they can play as well. So that is Super Kids Online Fun. Again, this is a really
log out?
great resource to access. I thoroughly encourage or highly encourage you to have your kiddo log into Super Kids Online Fun. This is a great spot if you do have to be out for longer than a couple of days during the year because you are quarantining for some reason. While you're waiting for me to gather materials, I thoroughly recommend them going onto Super Kids Online Fun and doing some stuff on there in the short term until you get some materials from me. Or even if they're out sick for a day or two and they have a little bit of energy and they want to go on, it's a great thing. The students that really go on this all the time really connect with the Super Kids, and I see more growth in them. So again, it's a super, super great resource that we have with our reading curriculum. This was a lot of information for you, and so please feel free to send me an email if you have questions or need any help with anything throughout the year. Obviously, there's a few more weeks that I'm still on maternity leave, so I won't be checking my email all the time or won't respond as quickly. But no, once I'm back in the classroom, I strive to try and answer my emails within 24 hours during the week. And on the weekends, it's might be a little bit longer depending on when I have some time when I'm not with my 3 kiddos. And my email address is in the ABCs of Mrs. Steehler's Classroom, that packet. And so you can see that and know that is there as well. You can also find my email address on the St. Joseph School website as well. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that we can work together to make it a great year. Bye, families.